Hello, my dear friends. It's Yuri Tsvetkov again. My last video was about the golf statistics of the Dustin Johnson, who was the best player in the prize money during the previous decade from the 2010 to 2019. And today I want to make a video about the person who would be the best player, the best money in the money ratios in the coming decade, which was studied in this season. I'm talking about the Cameron Champ, the person who's very well known. Meanwhile, he's not so old. He's only 24, and currently is his sort of fourth maybe season in the Pro Tour, because you know that he have started to play in the Pro Tour just in the end of the 2017, and he's very famous because he's the best long hitter in the average driving distance in the tour. And this connection, he's very attractive for the golf public because his swing is not only the longest one, but plus that he have very interesting and very attractive swing. In my opinion, after Dustin Johnson, who have very specific influence for the evolution of the golf swing, because he have a both wrists and he have very open hips position. And the Cameron Champ is also developing the golf swing in this direction. So after Dustin Johnson, he is becoming a new figure in the golf as a swing model of the new age, because he have very efficient golf swing. And we will see that it's not only his advantage, but in some cases it is giving him not only preferences but also the problem. Some people are talking that the swing of the Cameron Champ have a lot of leverage. He have very big luck, and in this connection maybe sometimes it's not so highly useful for his approaches to the green. So he's, as we see on the figures, and the figures are talking about the same opinion, because you see that if he is one of the best of the tee of the tee statistics, he have advantage, and he have the sixth place during the last season. It's the figures for the last season, not for the current one. But in the approaches to the green, he's not so good. Plus that he's also not so good in the statistics playing around the green, and in the putting he's also less than average. And this connection, we'll see that from tee to green he have relative performance which is poorer than the average for the for the PGA Tour. And in the total result, he also have had the results which was a little bit less attractive than those players, the average player. We can see the most important statistic, the driving distance. He was the first, and I think that in many cases it is also the reason why he is not so kind in other aspects of the game. At least was not so kind in other aspects of the game, because you see that the golfers with the very big speed and the very big distance, I think that they have very special golf swing, and this swing is not so good for the shorter distances. So and the driving accuracy percentage is not so good. And this connection we can it's also talking us about the that he used a lot of leverage during his game. Greens and regulation percentage is quite normal, and this connection we can say that the long strokes on the par fives is second strokes. Also his the good his assets, and in this connection his performance and the green and regulation is quite good. The scoring average, we see that it's very poor performance, because the birdie average he is very good, but the total score is not so attractive. In many cases it depends from the situation that the Cameron Champ, we are looking for the statistics during the just finished the Farmers Insurance Open, where Cameron Champ was not so bad. He was on the 16th position, and it was the third best result in this season for him. And we can see that he have a huge amount of the bogeys, and sometimes it's look like the bogey golfer in the Pro Tour, but he also have a very good statistic in the birdies. But the bogeys is his major problem, as it seems to me. So he has 4 bogeys in the first day, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, and 6 in the last day. So it was 60 bogeys in the 4 days, and meanwhile that he had a score for 4 days -7. And had quite a good position. So the stability is his problem. We can see why he has so much bogeys. We'll say that the save percentage is very low, 37%, 37%, excuse me. It's position in the end of the list of players of the golfers during the last season, and it's giving us the previous information about his problems. So we will try to see that around the greenhouse he had played last year. The scrambling from 30 yards, just 13%. It's amazingly low, and the scrabbling from 20 to 30 yards, 41% is also, that it's level of the scratch golfer. Maybe it's the best, maybe the golfer with the handicap approximately 4 or something like that. In this connection, the short game is, and the game around the green is very poor for Cameron Champ. And also the total scrambling, you see that it's only 52%, and the average for the tour is approximately 62, 64%, and so the huge difference, approximately 10%, which is giving him that he have lost approximately 60 strokes during the season just in this component of the game. The scrambling from the fringe is not so bad, 94%. It's not so big difference with the other players, and it is not so much attempts, so it's not problem at all. And we also see that the scrambling from the rough is certainly very bad, just 45%. In this connection, it's reasonably to say that around the green, the Cameron Champ is not so good, and from the other side, it's just talking us that he have a huge potential, because even he will play just as an average golfer, he will have a very good improvement of his statistics and his performance. So the putting is also the problematic part of the game of the Cameron Champ. We can see that in such a component as one putt percentage, he have just approximately 37%, and it's just 130th position among all the players. And he also have too big avoidance of the three putt, because you see that approximately 5%, it's every 20th putt is every 20 strokes hole is he's playing with the three putts. It's too much. It's too much, certainly. So it's a big problem for such level player. And also we can see that statistics in the putting from 4 to 8 feet is also not so good, just 67%. I think that the 20th best player in the tour have statistics approximately 72-73%, and this connection, it's quite a big difference. And also the putting inside 10 feet is even less good than the previous result. So we see that it's the putting from inside 10 feet and the scrambling and playing around the green is maybe the best problem. In the case of the approaches to the green, it's also very interesting to try to see his statistics. And we will find that it's quite interesting that he is mostly not so good from the shorter distances. His main problem is inside 150 yards, because in from 50 yards to 75, from 75 to 100, from 100 to 125, and from 125 to 150, and 150, 175, he have a very bad performance. He is in the second hundreds of the best players, so it's a problem also for him. And this connection, currently the Cameron Champ, his game is characterized by the very big instability, and maybe in some cases it's quite reasonable, because he have not so huge experience in the tour, and there are a lot of expectations about his game. He is a star in the Pro Tour and the PGA Pro Tour, but he seems that he will be much more better and serious star. And we have seen that he have a lot of reasons to improve his game, and it only depends, that from his training and his personal tasks, because in my opinion, for him, it's need to work more on the short game and on the approaches. But anyway, his golfing is so beautiful that it seems that all those problems will be just the short-term problems for him, and he will receive a better experience. And Dustin Johnson have started to play in the PGA Tour in 2007, and at first seasons he also have the same problems as the Cameron Champ, but after that it was not the reason that after that he would improve. He have improved his performance much more better. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope that this information will be useful and interesting for you, and I will be thanks a lot for all your opinions about such views for the game of the leading golfers. The reason is not only to analyze the game of the stars, but the reason also is to starting to analyze and to study the golf swing together with analysis of the game, which will be improving the golf swing, together with analysis of your games and very important figures about the golf statistics. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for any of your opinions. Hope to see you again. Have a good golf. Have a good day. See you. Bye.